The Fellowship of the Robot Team. They're all part of Kerrville Robotics Alliance. And you can find out more information about them at Kerrville Robotics Alliance.com. All right. So, first of all, give me your names real quick.
I'm Wesley Apel.
I'm Tristan Williams.
I'm Jack Apel.
I'm Grayson Kasparic.
And you guys are all students.
Yes, sir.
And what schools do you guys go to? Or I know one of you is homeschooled, and Tivy and Ingram, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, we're a community team, so we have students from all over. Actually, everyone here right now is homeschooled. A couple of the public school students couldn't make it because of that school now.
Okay.
We have two or three students at Tivy and another student in Ingram.
So this machine that you have up here, and you actually got it on the counter, and this is and I was actually kind of surprised when you guys got it on the counter because it's pretty big. This machine, this robot that you guys have, how long have you guys been building this thing? I mean, this thing is a massive machine.
Well, we started on it in mid-September. That's when the challenge came out, and so we started our brainstorming sessions then. I'd say it's really been constructed for the past, since like early December, it's really been constructed.
So you guys have built this in the past 2 months?
Yes.
Well, we've built it in the past 2 months, but we've spent a good several months before that planning, designing, all virtually, getting it so that when we got the parts finally all together, it just kind of snaps together nicely.
Yeah.
So I mean, how did you plan? What did you use to plan all this? I mean,
We use, for designing the robot, we use CAD models, so it's a computer-aided design.
yeah.
So we build out the whole robot in CAD, especially our 3D printed parts and that sort of stuff, which we actually have a few of on the robot. So
you guys have 3D printed parts on this robot.
Yes. Yes, sir.
How old are you guys?
We're it's high school, so we have Wes here is 15 all the way up to 18.
15 to 18 years old, and you guys are building robots like this?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yep.
So what is and you'll be able to see this on the YouTube channel as well. What does this robot do?
So each year there's a specific challenge. So we have to make a new robot every year, actually, which can be a pain, but it's also very fun. So this year specifically, we have to. Our main function is shooting rings into a goal. So we have these rings that we suck up and put up this ramp, and then it actually goes out this little launcher that we built, and it'll shoot the rings out, and it has to go into a little goal. And there's ones that are of different heights, and so the highest one is obviously most points, and so we're trying to get it see as high as we can get it. So
Justin was telling me about you guys a couple weeks ago, and he was like, they bring these awesome robots up here, and that is so cool how that's set up. But he's like, man, and I was telling him about my little wheelchair robot, and he's like, their robots put my robot to shame, and I can see why, because that thing is crazy. I mean, so those are little foam disc rings, and it actually takes them and it pulls them up into the robot, and you guys can I bet you guys can hit your target exactly with this thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we get fairly close with it.
That's amazing. How many pieces are on that robot?
Oh gosh, I don't want to count.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
Let's just say many and not ask that again.
Maybe duct tape.
Yeah, there are hundreds, if not thousands, on that robot.
Yes, sir.
So, man, that is amazing. Well, you guys need sponsors, don't you?
Yep.
And tell us. I mean, and for the amount of work and the amount of talent that goes into that robot, I can understand why you should have sponsors for sure. So if you're out there and you'd like to sponsor a robotic team here in Kerrville, how many robotic teams are in this area?
So we actually have our team and then another FTC high school team over at Tivy. But we also have 21 elementary and middle school Lego League teams here in the Texas Hill Country, and those are all supported by the Kerrville Robotics Alliance. So if you want to sponsor our team or any of the other teams, you can head over to KerrvilleRoboticsAlliance.com and click on Contact Us, and you can get in touch with us about how to get a sponsorship package for your business.
That's cool, and they go from $500 to $2,800 a year is what these sponsorship packages go for. And you guys have like an annual budget. Now, what do you guys do with these robots?
Every year there's a a game that we build the robot to complete. There's various tasks on the game. So like we said earlier, our main task is shooting rings.
Yeah.
But it doesn't only just shoot rings. There's also another task where
It also can pick up things with a claw to move other things on the field. So we compete with other teams in our league, which consists of North San Antonio and the Hill Country. And I think currently we're ranked 3rd.
You guys are ranked 3rd.
Yeah.
Now, that was before this robot, though.
No, this is with this robot.
Oh, with this
Yes.
robot.
Yeah.
But it's
And
had
then-
improvements since then.
So traditionally, also with competitions, we'll have 4 teams on the field, and they do alliances. So it's 2 teams against 2 teams essentially. But you can be, your partner in one match could be your opponent on another match. So we switched up a lot. But with this year, currently we are doing virtual matches, and so we're running it just in our shop, doing single matches with a single robot. But hopefully, we are planning on working into doing it in person soon.
That is amazing. That is so cool. So, okay. So, when do you guys have your next competition?
Our next competition is in February, but we really need volunteers for
Okay.
all our teams. So again, you can go to Kerrville Robotics Alliance and click on volunteer, and you can get in contact with us about that. It really can be as little as just several hours online helping these LEGO League teams with judging, or possibly helping out some teams in person with the pits and that sort of stuff.
You know, if you want to get involved in something that's really, really cool, this is it. Kerrville Robotics Alliance, and we have Fellowship of the Robot in the studio. 21 elementary and middle school first LEGO League teams in the Texas Hill Country, and that's down a little bit this year because of COVID. But what all goes into that? I mean, I'm sure a lot goes into that.
So we started the Kerrville Robotics Alliance about 4 years ago, and that's when we first integrated all these teams into the schools. Before, it was just our team specifically. But so now that we have all these students here, we have to have a lot of, like Trento was saying earlier, we need a lot of volunteers to help out with the teams. We also have a competition coming soon to help out with.
Yeah.
And I mean, all this can be found on our website at KerrvilleRoboticsAlliance.com. That's where you can sign up for volunteering. That's where you can contact us about sponsorships and help us just with any general donations for whatever you can help with.
And the Kerrville Robotics Alliance is a 501c3 nonprofit, so all your donations are going to a nonprofit there.
Okay, that is so cool. We're going to put out a news article about this, too. We'll get some pictures of the robot before you guys get out of here. Go check this YouTube video out on the Mike Taylor Show YouTube page as well. And it'll be up on the Mike FM page and everywhere else within 20, 30 minutes. So you can check out. Super cool. You guys are doing amazing things. And this is mind-blowing. Once you go to the video and you see this, your mind will be blown. I mean, that is... And if you guys are doing this in high school, what are you guys going to be doing in your 30s and 40s? You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people say that, they want to learn CAD and they want to learn how it works and everything. But you guys have learned it. You guys have not only learned CAD, but you guys have the finished product here that can take these rings and I mean, what are some other things that you guys have done with these machines?
Over the years, we do different competitions. One time we had to just pick up blocks and we had to move them over onto a foundation and stack them up and just see how high we could stack them. The highest stack got more points. I'm trying to think of other years. We had. Oh yeah, there's another one. We had to. The part of it was we had to pick up little blocks and cubes and sort them out into different bins. And then this is actually one of my favorite years was. We actually had to lift the robot off the ground and it had to go up and hang on this little thing in the middle. So that was really fun to do. I remember that a lot.
So when you guys get out to these competitions, do your robots look anything alike? Are they different? Are there different variations of it, or how does that work?
Well, sometimes they can be similar in functionality of like we're all trying to accomplish the same task.
Yeah.
But honestly, each team takes a really different approach to how they want to get it done. So they look all different when you get to a competition.
Like when you show up to a competition and you see the other robots, are you like, wow, that's a cool concept?
Yeah. There are. Sorry, you had.
We've even seen like one robot made out of wood.
It was.
Yes, it is made out of entirely wood. It had
looks
motors and
beautiful.
stuff like that, but the structure of it was wood.
That is awesome. All right, and then how do you guys control this thing?
So you go ahead.
Yeah, we have a set of controllers.
Okay.
They are connected to a phone. And so when we first start basically there's the first app on the phone which you can use to start up the robot, and then we use controllers and then 2 sets of controllers to drive around the robot.
Are they like Xbox controllers, or are they?
Yes, something like that.
So the idea is there were 2 phones you had, one on the robot and the other on that your controllers are hooked up to.
Okay.
And they had apps that connected between them, and one would relay the controller inputs to your robot. The other would then take those inputs with whatever program you've given it and run your robot. This year, though, last year they came out with, this year it's legal, a new wiring hub that will actually integrate the robot's phone straight into it. So you can skip that whole step, and it saves us a lot of time and in general with the development of the robot.
That is so awesome. And then your camera. Can you see the camera on your controller or on your phone on the other end?
We can. We don't normally because the main purpose of it is for computer vision. So one of the challenges on the field is after everybody's set the robot up and we can't mess with it anymore. Then a randomized stack of rings will be put on the field.
Right.
Based on the ring count, the robot's supposed to use the camera to figure out how many rings are there. Based on that ring count, then there are different spots you need to deliver certain things to. So you have a different location for the challenge based on what's randomized there.
That is so cool. All right, guys, keep it up. That's amazing. Yeah, you guys, that is really cool. So, all right, so you can support them by going to Kerrville Robotics Alliance.com. That is robotics with an S. Kerrville Robotics Alliance.com. Click on volunteer. You can click on sponsor. Let's get these guys some sponsors and some funding. And also, if you're looking for something to do, I know a lot of people have extra time right now. This is something that's really cool that you can get involved in. So I want to thank Fellowship of the Robot. Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning and showing off this awesome machine that you have here. And good luck in that competition here in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one. We have your What the Radowski coming up here in a few minutes. And we also have the news that ain't nobody got time for on the way.